If you guys are watching these videos and not taking notes, not implementing, not writing down, and not actually executing, we're not going to see the results we want, guys. I want to emphasize these videos are jam-packed with value. These are the exact same formulas that I use to close deals in my market, and it can be done in any single market. In this video, guys, I want to talk to you guys about qualifying questions, right? QQs. Once we create engagement, once we manage the first couple of objections and the person says, hey, look, I'd be interested if everything made sense, right? To at least have a conversation. From there, we lean out, as we talked about in the ending of the last video, and then we start asking qualifying questions. What are these qualifying questions for a for sale by owner? Hey, John, let me ask you a question, right? Let's suppose I brought you X, Y, and Z result with price and terms that made sense to you. Very important language. What does this closing process look like for you, right? That is a very qualifying question. That's going to unravel their motivation, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly how to unpack that now. So, John, let me ask you a question. If we brought you X, Y, and Z result with the price and terms that you're looking for, and everything made sense financially, what does the closing process look like for you? What is the next move? Do you guys already have a property bought? Are you guys going to go ahead and rent? Let me just get an idea. And the only reason why I'm asking you this, obviously, if there's any way for us to work together, if you're going to be doing another part of a transaction, not just the sale has to make sense, but the purchase has to make sense as well. And that's another opportunity to retain money with getting a better deal. So let me ask you, when we do bring you that offer, X, Y, and Z, price and terms, what does the closing process look like for you, right? And we can create alternatives. Do you guys already have another home? Are you guys going to rent? Like I just mentioned, there's different ways to deliver that line, but it's very important to put it in a framework where it's like, hey, look, the only reason why I'm asking you this question is because if I'm going to have any piece of this puzzle, I want to make sure I complete the entire journey with you and I put you in the best possible position, right? From there, John's going to start talking. Hey, man, look, we're actually selling this home because we're downsizing. Our kids just left from college. In 2 months, we're going to have an empty nest, and we want to take this capital. We want to kind of put it, into another home. We don't know what we're looking for yet. X, Y, and Z, whatever the scenario is. Instead of just saying, hey, well, look, John, I'd love to kind of meet you in person and go over how we can help you. That's what most agents do. John, let me ask you a question just so I paint the complete picture in my head here. So your objective here is to sell the home for the most amount of money, and whatever it is you do on the buy side, obviously all this hard work equity that you've put in over the last 15 years that you've owned this home, you're going to want to maximize it on the buy side, right? Whether that's buying one property, buying a property and an investment property, whatever the case is, do you want to go ahead and maximize the investment on both ends? That's called a tie down. Of course, he's going to want to maximize investments on both ends. So what we're going to do is say, hey, look, John, let me ask you a question, because I know this conversation is probably going a little bit longer than you expected. That's status. We're raising status. If there was a way that we can actually create a plan, and this is again hypothetical, but if there was a way that we can create a plan to sell your home for the most amount of money and actually put you in a property that made 100% sense to you payment-wise and down payment-wise, and put you in a situation where you guys were 100% okay with, hey, I mean, is that a conversation you'd be against having with me? More than likely not, right? Either they're going to say, hey, yeah, we'd be open to that. In the case, then we go to the closing lines, which we'll talk about next, or they're going to go into objections, which then we go into agreed, acknowledge, isolate, tie down, close, back to closing the appointment, right? So guys, this is a very simple video. It's not very difficult. What I want you guys to understand is that when someone starts unpacking their motivation, instead of just being a robot and just trying to get the close, actually step out for a second, be like, hey, this is the most important call of the day. What is this person feeling? What is this person's thought process? How big of a move is this for this person? Start having a genuine conversation with them, asking questions about what's important for them. And even if the answers indicate that maybe you're not the best fit or you're not the best help, guide them in the right direction. Build that genuine rapport, that genuine trust. That's how you're going to get these appointments, guys. If you guys have listened to my calls on the drive on the school platform, you guys know that I have some conversations that we get really deep. We start building some crazy real rapport, and then that's how you're going to be able to get the appointment and set that pre-rapport for the appointment. So I want you guys to understand this is a very important section. The second they lean in, we want to lean out and say, hey, we don't even know if we can help you yet. Let me ask you qualifying questions. And if you guys notice, before I ask questions, I kind of give them a reason. Hey, the only reason why I'm asking this question is because X, Y, and Z. I want to make sure this makes sense for us. So let me ask you, instead of just going question after question after question and sounding scripted, which then creates sales resistance, right? Then we have to bring that back down. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. In the next video, guys, I'm going to go over common objections that we get on the phone and how to handle them. We already know the framework, but I'm going to give you guys some lines on how I handle them. I'll see you guys in the next video.